Welcome everybody back into another episode of the Fourth Down Podcast. Back at it with the usual guys, the usual crew. What's up with y'all? Like, how y'all feeling? Y'all mental health check?
Good. I'm feeling good.
I'm good.
You know, getting a breeze outside, so we're going in the fall. That means football season.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's the
Week
best
one?
time of the year.
Yeah. No,
This is and before we get into it, I will just quote this right now. This is the highs and lows. All right, the highs and lows of the season, and I love it. I love every second of it.
well, I do want to start, since we're talking week one, I want to start with the highs.
Oh, okay.
There's only one team in this room that's 0-1. I mean, 1-0, right? So, I mean, as the resident Eagles fan, like, what did you take from opening night? Are you concerned with the defense? Or you think the offense is fine? Like, what are you thinking?
I just think the Cowboys actually played good football on Thursday night. Like, as much as you can say, like, we should have done a lot better against them, we're still dealing with, like, trying to fill in that second cornerback role, and, like, we just fumbling around trying to figure something out. So I'm not mad that we got torched there because of CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
When we had a good DB core, we got torched by him regardless. So it's like, he's going to do what he do. The offense, I'm not worried about it. Like, A.J. Brown not being effective in that game has nothing to do with us being able to get him the ball.
None of the receivers were. I mean, I got Devontae Smith in fantasy.
Exactly. I had 4 points. Like, he has 4 points on as my flex. He might be the reason I lose this week. But from that standpoint, y'all do realize he just tore, like, his hamstring. So he's dealing with that, and he wasn't even running full routes. If anybody watched the game, he's getting double teamed the whole game, not running full speed. Plays not even designed to go his way. But, like, when we tried to look for him, Jalen Hurts is scrambling, running out of the pocket. So it's like, we did what we could to win, and that's what we live by. Like, it's the beginning of the season. It's going to be rough. We're still dealing with not having Kellen Moore, which we filled in somebody that was behind him, but didn't look as explosive. But I feel like it can get to that point once we set in and really get acclimated with each other and playing with everything we have again with the offensive coordinator we got now.
See, I mean, I was just gonna add, just because we talking on that game. You know, the biggest takeaway I had from that Eagles-Cowboys game wasn't even about the Eagles for real. Like, while I don't think y'all are the same team y'all were last year, I still think y'all are a great team. Not the best, but a great one.
Of course.
But I learned more about the Cowboys. I actually think the Cowboys could be better than I actually don't understand why people wrote the Cowboys off so fast and so easily. Because, I mean, I get the last time we seen Dak and them on the field, it wasn't the greatest product. But there's talent still on that team, especially offensively. While I don't expect them to be a crazy juggernaut of a team this season, I do expect them to be in every game that they play. I expect them to be above 500. You know what I mean? So if I see them contending for a wild card spot at the end of the season and they don't get it, like, you know what I mean? I think that's right around the kind of team they are. But for some reason, going into the season, everyone had them as scrubs. Like, and I never saw the Cowboys as in that light. You know what I mean? And that just proved it to me that, like, they could have won that game if they could actually, like, got a stop. Or we didn't have bonehead stuff like CeeDee dropping, 3 or 4 passes in a row.
I do want to address that. Right. Yes. CeeDee is a main reason he did drop the ball. Dak looked amazing that night. But it was some crucial things that Dak did that did cause them to get in those situations with desperation with CeeDee Lamb. Like, in that last drive, before they got over the 50-yard line, they got into third down situations because Dak was throwing into double coverage.
Yeah, I give you that. He was throwing some real...
Like, he was throwing some really questionable throws towards the end of that game when it got heated and it started getting close. Yes, that team did show a growth and giving, like, signs that they could contend for a playoff experience, but Dak's still doing Dak things. He's not making the right decision in certain situations when you get down like that.
But my statement wasn't pushing for them to be even taken as a team that you need to be aware of. My statement was more so like, if you watch, I don't know how much of the media y'all watch when it comes to these talk shows, right? From all over ESPN, FS1, all of that. Everyone was like, Cowboys are like a 4-win team. And one thing I can tell you right now, they are not that bad.
They've got too much talent on offense to be good.
I don't think I could never take 4-win.
Decent,
4-win team from them this year.
And I agree with Dorian because, like, I've been seeing that too, and it's like I never looked at them as like literally a bottom level team at all. Like, they've all, like, that offense has always been going to be good. They're going to be a top 10 offense in the league. And it really is just the question. Really, is just the defense side. Like just from that first game, and I mean, granted, it's just one game, but like I ain't gonna lie, they look like they're gonna have They obviously the passing game is gonna be the passing game. It's Dak and CeeDee Lamb, like that's a given. But you got Javonte Williams, who I'm gonna be real with you.
He looked great.
Yo,
He
he
looked
looks
good.
But I don't know if that's
good.
because Jalen Carter wasn't there, right? So
And that's a big part.
You know
That's
what
a
I
big
mean?
part.
So-
That's a big part.
But still,
Now,
one of their biggest issues though, when they were struggling before Dak got hurt, is they couldn't run the ball. One thing I can tell you right now, they can run the football.
that's gonna
So-
Javonte Williams. You got a consistent. You got a consistent running back right now.
And like even in the light of us winning, I don't do ifs, I don't do what ifs, I don't do what would have happened, right? Jalen Carter did something stupid, got kicked out of the game. Okay.
So y'all want to talk about? Can we talk about that real quick?
Ew.
that was great.
So-
Okay.
I mean, apparently Dax spit first.
All right. So you know it's.
No, that wasn't the same kind of spit. That was not the same kind of
I mean,
spit.
Pause?
no,
Pause?
because he spit on him. But like, let's be for real. Look, I ain't gonna lie. Once people like played it back and like they showed the replay of like how Dak went at like what Dak did in the situation, you know, it seemed like a lot of people were kind of like, oh yeah, this is why we don't like that. This is why we don't. And I was just like, I think I was watching the game with you and I was sitting there and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, that's something that if Dak, the way Dak portrayed it was that he was just spitting, he was
And-
talking.
Yeah,
but like I'm
that's-
gonna be you had to look at him, bro. He literally.
I seen it. I seen
He was
it.
looking. That Dak's
Look.
eyes were at Jalen Carter.
If,
He
if somebody,
did like
bro,
this.
if somebody
He
does that to
spit-
you, bro, what are you gonna do?
He
Here's the thing.
spit was looking at him, and then he was like, "What's up?" He did this.
Here's
Looked
the
at him,
thing,
was
though.
like, "Yeah."
Here's the thing. Here's why it's different to me, right? When he spit, right, it's kind of like, and I've seen this all the time in the streets of Baltimore when people are arguing. Yeah, and they keep spitting, and they keep going into the argument, right? So, in my opinion, one, he can't spit towards Jalen Carter if he doesn't walk to their huddle. Why is he walking towards their huddle? No matter what, right?
Yeah.
No matter what they're talking about, he has no business where he is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if he doesn't walk over there, it doesn't even look like he spit at him because he's not even close enough to do it.
Yeah.
So,
But that's
am
what
I-
I'm so but that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, granted, Jalen Carter was completely wrong in the situation. Yes, I just find it crazy that honestly, the way I looked at it, I think I looked at it as Dak goading him. I honestly think that Dak did that, went over to the sideline to the coach dacked him up, and he was like, "Yeah, we got him. He's an idiot." Looked
But-
at him and like, got like, and I'm
I
not
mean,
saying that it was
he-
intentional. I'm not saying it's
yeah,
intentional, but
yeah.
those are talks that like I just feel like players and coaches had where it was like, what are the advantages we can get through in the game this week?
Well,
I'm not saying that sat there and
and
said
that's
let's try to get somebody kicked out the game for something stupid. But
Yeah.
look at Jalen Carter's pass. Look at him. He honestly, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Jalen Carter's probably the most hot-headed player on that team.
but-
you
but-
get under his skin, you get him to rattle a little bit. He do something stupid, he's gone.
The point I'm trying to make though is like there's a like he didn't, in my opinion, first of all he spit at the ground,
Yeah.
right? So if he wanted to spit on him, he should have spit on him, right? Like in my opinion, so when he spat at the ground, I seen that as one of those spits that's like, I'm talking a lot, my mouth getting dry, or something like that. Let me
Yeah.
spit. Now, also you can see clearly that it was more of a quick spit versus Jalen Carter who goes right in his jaw, bro.
and I
Like,
agree
he
with you.
gave
Like,
him
I'm
a
not
loogie,
saying
bro.
I'm not
Like-
saying Dak's spitting was malicious in any way or like trying to like.
So-
I'm just saying of how it played out or whatever. And like you said, like
He had no business even over there.
and I mean but I just feel like the spit, I'm gonna be real, let's take Dak spitting out of it. It's just the fact that they were already close enough as it is in proximity. Dak's already over there near him, and then it's like he was already like about to like walk between his linemen. Granted, if he wasn't gonna spit, he probably wouldn't have been in that predicament. But it's like I'm just going off of when the camera showed Dak's face after Dak spit.
Oh, yeah.
Dak was already doing like this and already
Because they was
chirping
already
at him.
they was already talking.
And so,
and
so
that's when
and they didn't
Jalen.
show that, and they probably was already chirping before Jalen ended up walking over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were
that's what
already
I'm saying.
chirping. And that's what brought
made it-
Jalen over.
Exactly.
But
So
again,
I just feel
you
like
can't come over, bro.
So,
And yeah,
so
you're
my
right,
thing is
but-
about it. My
but let's
thing is
be-
about it with Jalen Carter, right? My standpoint. I'm like I said, diehard Eagles fan, and I'm gonna be real about everything that we have going on. Jalen Carter, you were targeted last year for this dumb shit. They wanted to find you doing something stupid all the time. They wanted to find you doing something stupid. After this is the first game of the season, you're opening the season. You are a champion. Stop doing this. Like, regardless if it was provoked or not, you have to realize you're on a bigger light now. You just won on the biggest stage possible in this sport.
Mhm.
And you dogged that whole game. Like, you was on Patrick Mahomes' ass like half the game.
If we being so completely honest, but like Jalen Carter shouldn't even be in the predicament that he's in. He got a second chance.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
he did like, and he took advantage of it, and I'm glad for that. But like, and it's like I typically hate when people be like, oh, they try to take things and then like now look at his character and try to make it seem like the type of person he are. I don't like that. But it's just like I don't like when guys know that they've already are up against so much and
they
you
keep
do
adding
things
to it.
and you do things that is
like-
not gonna help.
And you ask me what I would have done. I know one thing. I don't spit on people. I might have hit him in his jaw. I might have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I am not about to right in
Bro,
your face,
especially if it's the first drive of the game, it's the first game of the season.
That's just not what I do.
Bro,
to
they didn't
people.
even get a snap off. Like fuck, they wasn't even
No, and here's
funnel
the thing,
jet.
even if you were to spit at me, towards me, or whatever, I don't even think my response is to spit back.
Yeah,
You just going,
I,
yeah.
I'm
like-
just gonna fight you or something
Yeah,
like that.
And then, but my thing is with the whole with him doing that, right? You didn't have to retaliate then.
He didn't
Like,
even have to do nothing.
You
He could've just gotten his face.
had
That's all he had
a
to do.
He didn't even have to
full-
do that.
You had a full 48 minutes to fuck him
to
up.
demolish
I
that man.
swear to God,
Yeah.
if that was me, I'm giving Dak hell, bro. You're gonna have to
Yeah,
run
bro,
for me
yo,
all
you gonna-
game.
exactly.
Jalen,
I'm
you're one of the
chasing you.
strongest niggas on the line.
Bro, I know.
Act like it, like bro.
They call football justifiable homicides. It's
Exactly,
the only
like,
sport where you can kill somebody.
He could have
and
crashed
not
the
do a
hell
day in
out
jail.
in between them whistles and would have been fine.
That
Like
would have been the day
like-
that says, man,
Bro,
I'm
I
about
know.
to kill this man.
I know Jalen Hurts gave him an earful in the locker room, but I mean, ultimately, it didn't matter because the Eagles still won. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it was ugly, but a win is a win, I guess. Like
Yeah.
two other teams in here didn't win. I don't know which one of y'all wants to go first, Pats or Ravens.
I mean, I knock it out because
Both are L's,
They
but they're
actually-
different types of
I mean,
they actually should have won.
as
We didn't
much as
deserve.
it- as
We
much
didn't
as-
deserve to win.
As
They
much
should
as
have
I
won.
downplayed it on the way in here, it's like I don't really care that much, but like ours was on a way bigger scale, and it probably means a little more. So
Yeah, I mean,
y'all can go ahead.
after you go, I'll chime in
Alright.
with what I think.
That's a bet. All right. So for me, the biggest takeaway from Patriots Raiders. The people who this is what I was saying why I'm not super upset or super worried. The people who made mistakes were the people who were supposed to make mistakes. Right. Your second year quarterback didn't play well. Your rookie left tackle he played well, but his moments where he didn't were the worst moments to not play well.
Bro, them false starts,
Yeah.
bro. Oh my God, bro.
Your rookie kicker, he missed. Your
safeties.
rookie safety couldn't really handle Bowers at all. While we did have and we still do have a lot of like interest in this season and seeing what we can build. You know, we got more talent on the team than we've probably had since Tom Brady was here. The people who make mistakes are supposed to make mistakes. And so, in my opinion, the most alarming thing I saw out of that I'm continuously seeing is around Drake May. All right. I'm not ready to sound the alarms on Drake May, but this whole we got to get to the second half before I start playing well thing, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work as a franchise quarterback. His first quarters are terrible. He does not start fast. He starts nervous. He overthrows.
First throw of the game, he sailed it.
Yeah, like
You gotta
Go in, yeah.
I just wanted to double down on the
Yeah.
because I just was seeing some crazy throws like
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's always the first quarter though, because if you watch him in the fourth quarter,
He's
when the
locked in,
game
bro.
when the game is no longer winnable,
dots.
he's
Shit.
throwing dots. It's 12 straight completed passes, 40 rushing yards in one quarter. Like, but you can't do that when we're already down and we don't have any chance of coming back in the game. So, I mean, obviously, I have hope that they're going to put it together. Vrabel is just not going to go for that. We're going to be better than last week. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Will we win next week? I can't guarantee that, but I can guarantee we'll be better than last week. Like, I'm not worried about Will Campbell. He had that sequence where he gave up the strip sack. And then the next play, when we was about to go for it on 4th and 5, from the strip sack that he caused that we overcame, he false starts. So now we're at 4th and 10. Then we punt when there's like 4 minutes left in the game and we're down 10 already. So it's like once we punt, it's like, all right, it's over with. Because even if we were to score, like we're not getting the ball back with no time. So I mean, the biggest thing I'm worried about out of all of that is really Drake, but I'm not really worried. I'll put it at that.
I think for me, I think we need more out of the run game, bro, because
That's
Drake,
a McDaniels thing.
Drake passed 46 times yesterday. I mean,
yeah, he threw the ball a lot.
He completed 30 passes, but still 46 times. You know what I mean? So I think we need to run the ball and play calling needs to be better because there's no way Travion Henderson should only be on the field for like a handful of snaps, right? Like that's our second round running
Oh,
back.
that's what I meant to say. I'm ready to transition. I know it's only been 1 week. I'm ready to transition from Ramondre.
It's not it.
He's not there. He's not that anymore. I'm ready. Mac Hollins, he doesn't need to play anymore.
Yo, what was he out there like for?
I don't understand.
Blocking.
I don't understand.
That's what he's there for. Blocking.
He's just stealing reps from Kyle Williams, right? If he's not catching the ball, then Kyle Williams need it. Even if Kyle Williams just running routes and not touching the ball, like he at least got to feel somebody jam him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Feel of the game.
He had 1 catch yesterday, I think, and that was in garbage time.
Yeah.
But Mac Hollins, Ramondre, we can already phase them out of the game plan. Like
They don't.
Didn't y'all just sign him too?
Like last year, yeah.
They
Mac
doing what they supposed
both
to
of
do.
them. We just gave Ramondre a 3-year contract.
Ooh.
That's
Get off that.
Him and Duggar are the worst contracts on our team because neither one of them are really
Did
starters.
he do anything, Duggar? How was he looking?
He came
I didn't
in.
even see him on the field. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but he came in, but he's not really a part of the team either.
I want to talk about the free agents though. Harold Landry looked good.
Balled out.
Milton Williams looked good.
Our D line was going crazy.
They all, and then Carlton Davis, he didn't look bad, but mind you, we didn't have Gonzalez, right? But even though he had to be cornerback 1, he still held his own. So
Right.
I'm not concerned with the defense. I'm more concerned with the offense and just
Bro,
the inability to run the ball.
our defense held them to 20 points with an unguardable player. And when I say unguardable, I mean we didn't have a player that could guard him, right?
Well,
Which is Brock Bowers,
yeah.
right? I'm not saying no one can, but we didn't have one. And we held him to 20 points.
And we did a good job with Ashton
Your
Jensen
offense
too.
needs
Like,
to be able to
Jensen
score more than
brought them
20
up.
points.
Yeah.
I can't ask more from my defense. Our defense, when you're going to play against good players, bro, like Brock Bowers is a good player. You're not holding him to 1 catch for 12 yards. He going to eat.
We got
right?
Tyreek and Jalen Waddle next week. You know what I mean? Granted, they looked awful last week, but
I ain't worried about this.
against us,
Like,
you know.
what was up with that too? Like, what the hell? Like that.
Well, you know, Xavier Howard for the Colts, who used to play for the Dolphins, said Tua likes to get the ball out quick, but if you take away his first read, he panics, and that's what they did. Like, if you watch,
So that's where he's at.
yeah, he's at the Colts.
You know what's so crazy? I was just thinking about him yesterday, and I was like, wonder where Xavier Howard went. That's crazy.
Yeah, I
Damn, they had a cheat code over there. That's
I'm
crazy.
saying,
That
bro,
worked
like-
too. Like,
Yeah.
damn.
And I was pleased from what I saw. I mean, a lot of people were, oh man, Pats don't have no receivers again. That's not how I felt leaving that game. I was pleased by what I seen from Booty.
Yep.
I was
Looked
pleased
good.
with what I seen from
He was out
Stephon
there
Diggs.
crazy.
Huh?
Said Booty was out there going crazy.
Yeah, I was
Diggs,
pleased with what I seen from Diggs.
When he
Everybody,
gets off a pitch count, I think he'd be like even better.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't think he's on a pitch count. Josh McDaniels has never really had a set starting offense. You know, he always been a package based guy. So there were times during the Brady era where Gronk wasn't on the field for like a whole drive, right? And there were times when Edelman wasn't on the field for a whole drive, or Amendola, and it wasn't about them not starting. It's just that he's such a package guy that was his criticism of why his offenses don't work outside of Brady, is because it's predictable, right? When Ramondre Stevenson's in the game, we're running it. When Trayvon Henderson's in the game, we're throwing it. That was a similar thing back when we had Ridley and James White and all of them, right? It was like you could predict based on the personnel. So that's why I don't think he's on a pitch count. I think he just weren't in the packages that they were using earlier on.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to your point, I'm not panicking. It's only week 1. Like you said, the players that made mistakes are the ones that were supposed to. Like, I don't want to say he had a rough game, but like he had some, you know, some highlights, right? But he's a rookie, you know what I mean? So, and we got a rookie left guard too. So, you know, it's gonna be some growing pains, but I'm all right with that. But as far as the Ravens, League, where do you want to start with that? You want to start with,
Let's start with the highs.
you know, okay, Zay Flowers. Derrick
Yeah,
Henry.
like everything looked great. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, offensively, it's scary. This is scary. Like, if this was just week 1, like I said, we're just gonna talk about the good right now. I'm not even gonna talk about where it went bad. But if we just talking like where like this team can go offensively, this is probably the most excited I've been like for a Ravens offense in forever. Probably except outside of forever. Just cause like off of the star power and then just off of knowing the guys that like what they can do. Like, granted, I'll start with a D-Hop. Supposed to be
first catch, bro.
supposed to be washed, supposed to be, you know, on his last leg. Bro, first target, first reception, one hand tutty. Like,
Cut it like a
come on
baseball,
now.
bro. Like,
And honestly, they made a point that he should have been called for PI. He was definitely being held. Like, man only literally had one arm. He was being held to the ground. Straight just went up there, boom, one-handed. So that right there lets me know. And also, like, y'all got to think about it. D-Hop is our third string receiver. If we're getting stuff like that out of the third receiver, I'm fine. Bateman didn't have like the best game. I don't even remember if Bateman really had any catches.
He had a decent amount of catches. His usual down
Yeah.
distance, his little safety
So like,
catches.
but like
he
it's
had
just
those.
it's one of them things where like I just know like it ain't even gonna be a thing like I'm expecting a certain person to eat every week. It's like I know we've got multiple guys that can do it. Like obviously Derrick Henry's gonna get his, but then once Keaton Mitchell is good, Keaton gonna come in and he gonna eat. Who was the other backup we had? Oh, Ali, number 26.
Oh, he looked
That's
good.
a good backup. I really do like Ali. And then Zay Flowers. Come on now, like Zay Flowers is the best receiver the Ravens have ever had, like drafted in history, and it's literally showing that that's literally the case already. So I'm fully happy with that.
Tyler Loop looked good too. The rookie kicker.
You know what's crazy?
He looked good.
Like it's funny because he did look good, and it's like I'm already think we're gonna be fine moving forward because like I just noticed that he was doing the same thing Tucker was doing in the beginning. Like he got the power, like he can get the distance of the kick, but it's just like right there as it's about to go over, it's like it just be right on the edge of the like right there at the bar, right on the edge. So it's like Tyler just giving me that little bit of scare that Tucker used to give me early on. So I'm like, all right, I'm like I'm okay with that. Defensively, now we're getting into the lows. I'm gonna be real with you. Like there were great things about the defense that I did like. I liked what I seen from Malachi and Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton was playing out of his fucking mind last night. Like Kyle played great, and honestly, I expect that to be the case every time he steps on the field. Now, Kyle Hamilton is a certified All-Pro safety.
All-Pro safety, yeah.
He's like
safety in the league,
like
bro.
moving forward. Like I literally know, like Kyle, you good, bro. You go out there and you're gonna get the job done. The pass rush was cool for real. Like really the only thing it was just like them set like Nate was cool. Marlon did his thing. Nate was cool.
Was Jair the issue?
Jair was the fucking issue.
Zaire was getting picked
I
up.
was
Like,
waiting for you
and
to
that's
say
what's so
something about
crazy to me is like, and I don't know, cause it's like they say when it comes to the there's certain defensive schemes, you're supposed to be in certain spots and things like that. But where he was getting fucked up, it just seemed like he was just getting fucked up in man situations. So it was just like it just seemed like Jair just like. Which one? What was the first catch that he messed up on? It was on the
PI, right?
Was it PI or was it a catch?
His first
It was PI. The PI when he messed
It was
up on the
first
PI,
PI, yeah.
bro. I seen him get turned around so fast that I ain't never seen that happen before in a corner by corner. I was like, bro, you just knew he panicked in the way that he reached and lunged to grab at
Is he
him.
over 30?
Oh hell no.
Jair?
I don't think so. No, if anything, like
I think he's right at
28.
30.
Really?
So
I think he's like right
hope
at
not.
30.
But then what killed me about the PI, like he did the PI, then right afterwards, that's when he gave up the big play over the middle to Joshua Palmer. Literally was about to score and he just grabbed his ankle and like he fell at the 2-yard line. And I'm like,
no,
it was like 30.
Keon Coleman.
Oh yeah, that was Keon.
Ugh.
I'm like, bro, we all sitting there like, why didn't you just let him score? We could have had more time to actually try to make something, get down the field,
So
and do
one
something.
thing about what happened with Jair Alexander is the fact that like, not saying that he did a bad job, but your defensive coordinator didn't address it.
And
Like,
that's what I was about to get into as well. Like
so
that's a lot of like
before it even got into that like hard situation of getting down, like them getting down the field and him giving up plays, you could visually see he's not fucking with these dudes. Like he's guarding, like people are getting open on him. He's giving up plays, and like even before Keon Coleman had got that huge catch over the middle, and like where he should have just let him score. Before that, Keon Coleman got a huge huge catch before that to get him closer, and he was being guarded by Jair. And it's like you see these dudes giving up plays. Take him off the field because your other DB didn't play bad.
Well, Jair, in my opinion, Jair was playing too much in the slot. Like I don't think Jair is good in the slot. Jair is a boundary corner.
Yeah,
I
he
think
needs
you
to
gotta
not be
put
there.
That's
Marlon in the
overlap,
slot.
yeah.
Marlo is literally
They
you got to put Marlon in the slot.
They had Marlon on the outside with Wiggins, and they had Jair in the slot. You got to switch Jair and Marlon. I get Marlon's your best player, so you trying to get him on most of the boundary guys because that's usually where the best guys play at. But you got to play players to their strengths too.
And then I don't know exactly on the PI call when he messed up. I don't even know exactly what exactly they was running in that moment. But if I'm not mistaken, I think they ended up taking Trenton out and put him in that play when that happened. What's crazy is Awuzie, he's playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
Like if anything, have him out there. Like I don't understand why he wasn't the one in that situation. Or like you said, okay, Marlon is our number one, but like Marlon has literally made his money at slot. Like Marlon is in the slot, it is locked down. Like it is locked. Like nobody's getting anything on that man. And then like even Nate had a couple hiccups, but then he locked it down in the end. So it just was like And I hate to say because I really do like Jair. Like I still don't even think I don't want to. I don't
only
wanna,
one game.
Yeah, like it's one game. I don't want to say that this is like going to be his indictment, but it's like also. I don't even know if he like. I got to remember like this is probably his first game in almost like a year and a half.
Yeah,
because he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing because of injury, and then I think when he did get better, they just go ahead and sat him down because it was like maybe like 2-3 games left.
His
of the
first
season.
game
like,
back against a top 5 team in the NFL. Like,
it was not like look, and I'm just
No, I don't
it,
think
was,
it's no
it just
reason.
wasn't bad. Yeah, it was no winning that. Like I'm gonna be real. So I don't want to indict him early on, but it just like if we had to like put our finger on some shit that was really like. Damn, we lost we lost this game because of that, but then also from being so for real, the two things I took away, clearly Derrick Henry fumble. I don't know how the hell that happened. I don't think I've seen this man fumble in forever, damn near.
Yeah.
And then if I'm being for real, this is probably me reaching and they're gonna be like, oh, you typical Ravens fan. But the catch on the sideline to give him that one extra second when at halftime. I'm sorry,
That was
but
a long 1 second.
That
was a long 1 second.
second of my life. And the thing that killed me, and I think you pointed it out to me, DeAndre, had his foot not tapped down, like had the DB like just maybe put a little oomph in him and scooped him and laid him on the ground, his foot tapped the white
It did
line.
feel like a really
That's
long
why they
second,
called it.
But
It was like-
But had his foot not tapped on the white line and he just fell down, that would.
And it was crazy because they showed it. It was
Clock
like,
would have ran out.
yeah, he's
I'm
right.
just like,
So
I'm looking at it and I'm like, bro.
You just mentioned two things, but you didn't mention like the play calling or anything. You thought the play calling was
I
fine.
mean, like, look,
The decision making.
this, I will say, this is where I feel like people gonna hate me, and it's mine.
I think I know what you're about to say.
I don't necessarily always give shit to the like. Zach Orr could have did better, yes, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that that was like all on him, because like I'm being for real. Outside of not having Jair out there in that moment, I don't feel like it. I don't know. I just feel like you can't. Again, one game. I'm not finna indict
It
nobody.
is one game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
super early.
Like, literally, like I've got some people saying like, "Oh, Orr shouldn't even have his job no more. Harbaugh need to go." And I'm like,
I hear
y'all been
Harbaugh.
saying this shit. Like y'all been saying this shit for years now, and it's like, I get it, but like, it is what it is, man.
Listen. So I watch all 32 teams, but I've watched the Ravens more than a lot of other teams, of course, because one, from Baltimore, two, they're one of the best teams in the league. Why would I not watch them? I said this before. I think I said this last season on an episode, bro. Yo, Harbaugh is not the guy to win the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, bro. He's not. Like, I don't get it. Like I get it. It's so alarmist. Most Ravens fans are now moving.
It's actually not. I'm gonna be so for real with you. That's why I think I'm the one that's like I'm the one that's not being in the norm. You sound like most Ravens fans.
Most Ravens fans say
most
get
Ravens
rid of
fans
Harbaugh.
want him gone.
Here's my thing. When you fire a coach, it is not necessarily an indictment on their ability to coach. There are great coaches who got fired. We just fired one of the greatest ever, right?
Yeah.
Because he was getting it done, then he wasn't, right?
Yeah.
Your expectations change, right? When Harbaugh first came into the Ravens just wanted to get back to competing football because they had fell down in that Brian Billick era, and they were terrible for like 2 or 3 years. And then that's when they get Harbaugh, they draft Flacco, and they flip it real quick, right? So the expectations of just being a competing playoff team when they first got Harbaugh are not there anymore, right? Now it's like, yo, we want to win Super Bowls, right? That's the kind of franchise the Ravens are. And Harbaugh, he just fumbles so
It's
many
time management,
leads.
bro. Like
He fumbles so many leads. And that's not an indictment on his ability to coach, but it's like, yo, at the end of the day, like, you have the players, you have the roster, you have all that. You've done this for multiple iterations. You can't tell me it's Lamar, or you can't tell me it's the DC, or you can't tell me that when you've done that with Flacco and Ray Lewis. You've been doing that since them. You almost fumbled the Super Bowl. But it came down, they were up, 30-7 or something like that, and it came down to the last play of the game.
That's why it's like, and I said that when we was walking in, like, I'm not one to say that I'm not against a culture change, like, but also I feel like when you say a culture change, that kind of gives off like, oh, there's something wrong, that it needs to be a whole overhaul, and I don't think that's the case at all. Like, I just think, and I've said this before, like, I don't think, I love Harbaugh, like, if anything, and this is where most Ravens fans will say this: we don't get rid of him, just put him in the front, like, put him in the office. Give him a job.
He gonna want to coach if y'all let him go. He gonna want to go somewhere else.
Because people still, Harbaugh's still great with the players. He's still good. So, but like, it just at this point, I mean, a new coach coming in, I'm not saying that like it wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm also not gonna be solely on the side of like, oh, Harbaugh gotta go. Like,
He's not someone that you would let go in the middle of a season.
And that too,
So
of course
that's
not.
not. So that's out the gate.
Like it would just have to be
But
one of
I'm
them
just-
random things we wake up in the offseason and they're like Ravens coach John Harbaugh, Ravens and the coach John Harbaugh have agreed to part ways.
If y'all go out the playoffs in the same way y'all usually do, which is some unforeseen fumble, drop,
If it happens
heartbreak,
again this year,
fumble,
yeah.
again, it's definitely got to be on the table, bro. Like
It should have been on the table last year. It should have been on the table the year before. Like every year, it's like something wild happens in the playoffs. Like
it's not like your offensive scheme or defensive scheme are going to change because he doesn't coach either side of the ball. So it's like this is just a voice change.
So all right, and that's okay. So that's I guess maybe that's where I'm not like fully understanding because like you just said, I understand that Harbaugh does not call the plays on offense and he does not call the plays on defense. So
what does he do?
What the fuck is everybody getting on his case for?
Well, it's more about the management
why is
of the
nobody
game.
indicting?
He's the one that decides to go for it on fourth down. He's
It's the
one
management of the game. If you're up
Not
by
the way
15,
that I think so, considering 2 years ago, Lamar just went over there and told him, let's go for it, and he told him, let's go.
But that's my
So
problem.
the players are making the decision at times.
That's my problem. That's exactly my problem.
Okay.
He's always checking. He's such a player's coach that he's not dictating nothing.
All right.
He just let.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I want to understand. I'm like, all right. So
You know what I mean? If
I
you
want to
go-
hear, like, what is it exactly like?
If you're gonna be a CEO coach and you're not calling plays on either side of the ball, you have to be the one to determine when we go for it, when we call timeouts, who we have in the
Challenges.
game, personnel, challenges, right? You need to be the one correcting your coach. Hey, Jair just got burnt 3 times in a row. Why are you still putting him there? Right?
Okay.
So I'm
So
not
you're saying it's one of these, like, he's just not voiceful. He's literally just,
He's oblivious.
yeah.
He,
Damn near, yeah.
I just
I feel like he lets his guys, he lets the quarterback make decisions, he lets OC make decisions, he lets DC make decisions.
And I
He
feel
doesn't
like
make any.
that's
So
That's where some of that conservativity comes from. They get comfortable in games that they really shouldn't be. Like a lot of the games that you see them lose is by a big margin or a lead that they had and got comfortable with. And then they do something and something crazy happens, like a fumble, interception. And then I was talking to one of my friends earlier, like, yes, they got conservative, but the Bills are a huge momentum team. Y'all were playing conservative, and then so happened Derrick Henry fumbled. Momentum shifts. Josh Allen goes on a tear, torches y'all defense for the rest of the game.
bro.
Like,
Josh Allen had 200 yards in the fourth quarter alone.
yes,
bro.
exactly.
Alone.
Torches your
That is
defense
crazy.
entirely, and it's like y'all played conservative and stayed conservative, thinking y'all weren't gonna lose this game from when the fumble happened until after, because y'all just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna ice the clock, we're gonna do these little dink and dunks, and it didn't work.
I'm for the lack of my ignorance, I'm sorry everybody out there, but I'm probably gonna sound so crazy and stupid when I say this. But a lot of times, like when I'm listening to all this, and it's just like, I don't know, maybe at times this is where I feel like when I watch sports, like, and because like I guess I wasn't out there in the middle of it, I don't get it necessarily. So maybe you can help me understand it. But like we're talking about, you just said Josh Allen went out there and went nuts. The defense was fucking up. The players is fucking, like, what exactly, like, what is Harbaugh finna change in that? What is Harbaugh finna stop? Going out there to stop Josh Allen?
no, because I'm a big proponent of.
I believe, I'm more so on the side of like, yo, it's the players out there doing it. Like the players got to get the shit done.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a
when
big
at one point is it gonna stop the coach's problem? The players need to go out there and just fucking perform.
I'm a big.
Need to know how to like fucking grip that bitch a little more and not like get that like.
No, but look. I'm a big proponent. I'm a big proponent of coaches coach and players play. I'm a big proponent of that. That's why when he dropped when Andrews dropped the pass in the playoff game, I didn't look to Harbaugh on that L. I didn't, because there's nothing he could do about that play. But when we get 3 minutes left in the game and you don't go for it on that fourth down, right? And you give the ball back willingly. I mean, obviously not willingly. You hope you score a touchdown or something. But when you give the ball back, that's your decision that you make to give the ball back to literally, second or third best quarterback in the NFL.
The MVP of the league.
In my opinion, right? He's getting the ball back regardless, right? If you either get the first down or he gets the ball back. So why are we just gonna give him the ball back? Why not? Why are we just not going for it?
I feel like John Harbaugh does a terrible job of
It's the decision making.
controlling the moment. He does a terrible job of controlling the moment and looking at what he has and doing something about it. He sits back and be like a little too passive at times and just we're just gonna kick the field goal and then we're just gonna punt the ball, and then it's like, yeah, the players could change it or be like, yeah, we want to do it, and he'll agree, but like in times like that, it was on him, but like he just like he does a terrible job controlling the moment to me.
Can I know real quick? Let me ask you, because I feel like this speaks to you and your fucking team.
Probably.
What the fuck is Nick Sirianni doing that's actually out there getting the guys to play differently? I really believe your team is just out there fucking niggas up and you're getting the job done.
I feel like
so let's say you swap them. Let's say you swap Harbaugh and Sirianni. Is it the same thing?
I'm glad you said
the same thing?
Because one of the people I was talking to earlier, he said Nick Sirianni can do what he did with our roster. Why can't John Harbaugh? And I had to tell him, I was like, it's just two different coaching styles. Nick Sirianni is hype. He's upbeat. He's like, so you do something, I'm cussing you clean the fuck out. But you do something great, we're on the sideline like it's a party. Like we in the lounge, like popping bottles. That's the type of coach he is. He keeps the hype. He keeps the energy. John Harbaugh, I don't feel like he just doesn't have that energy anymore. Back in when they won,
so
real quick,
but he doesn't no more.
To his point, you already mentioned it. It's like if it's a situation where a player wants to do something and a coach wants to do something else, I feel like Sirianni, Vrabel, just any of these other coaches.
Care what you want to do.
No, exactly. Listen. No, listen. That's the point I'm making. It's like the coach is gonna make the ultimate decision. But in John Harbaugh's case, if you can just plead with him a little bit, he's gonna do whatever the players want to do. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's a big difference in Harbaugh versus other coaches. And also, it's just like when it comes to challenging plays, Harbaugh, it's like when it's like an obvious time to challenge something, I feel like he just doesn't do it.
My thing is,
you know what I mean? Like
my thing is an overarching picture. Like it's not even an individual game. I'm not blaming Harbaugh for individual losses. You can't have a team who's never prepared for the moment over I'd say 70% of your time coaching them, and it not be your fault. That's all I'm saying. Like, bro, it's crazy. The Ravens have like the highest win percentage with Lamar Jackson since he became their starter. Since that year, they have like a top 3 highest win percentage of games in the NFL. Yet they also have the most blown leads. Imagine how good you would be if you ain't blow them leads. You're literally a top 3 franchise in win percentage since Lamar been starting. How many
Super Bowls you would have if you didn't blow them?
So I'm just saying, like, obviously you could point to here and say he fumbled or he dropped that pass or Lamar threw that pick, right? But if all your players are making mistakes in every pressure moment, that's a coaching thing, in my opinion.
Any real quick last thoughts to wrap this up?
At times, I feel like that's just how to. Okay, I mean, all right.
You just chalk it up to luck?
Huh?
You just chalk it up to bad luck?
I mean, that's just how the game goes at times. Like, what the hell? Like, like y'all not wrong. Like, I understand where you're coming from. Like, I get it. Like, I do understand. Like, I've been times where it's like, I'll be like, why Harbaugh? Why didn't you take the time out? Why didn't you go for the 2? I get those moments, but I'm like, the big moments that we always getting indicted for when things go crazy is when I feel like there is something that the players could have controlled on the field. It's like,
I mean, both can be true.
That's I feel like has been our issue for the last 2 years. Like what? I don't know. I just feel like,
but the roster has no holes. So what are you going to fix? The coaches,
and I mean, and that's just Again, that's part of that's just how that is going to go. Because you're right. I don't have an answer for that either. You're right. There is no literally. There's like, okay, well, where do you?
I think on paper, y'all are the best team in football.
Yeah, but and it's just like and I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not saying that a new coach would not be cool, whatever, and it wouldn't change things. But also, let's look at it from the other side. Let's say we got a new coach in there. Let's say shit just is worse, or let's say shit is the same. Then what?
Thought about that too. Yeah,
like that's where I'm on that side of it too.
I mean, that's the chance you take when you. I mean, we didn't want to fire Bill. We was like, yo,
y'all should have wanted to.
But I'm saying we knew we weren't getting a better coach than Bill Belichick. We knew that. But the reason we did that is because we just needed a whole different voice, program, and direction.
I'm gonna be honest with you. We got Mike Vrabel, and it looked like Gerard Mayo was out there last week or yesterday. I mean, we got a new coach, but it still looked like the same shit.
At least Mike Vrabel was talking to players.
I think 30 to 40% of your team is completely changed though from last year.
Yeah,
so
it's going to take
that
time.
Also is a big factor. Like I'm just saying, like
poor draft.
I think just a tiny culture change, like a change of speed of what you got in the locker room and what you got in the coaches.
Yeah, and my issue is just like when I hear the culture change, it's just like that's such a big shift, and that's like that is not what we need. Like I don't think that's what we need at all. We've got the team, we've got the guys, it's there. Like,
It's got to be something.
and I mean, as much as
it's-
this may pain me, and I'm gonna sit here and look like probably the worst Ravens fan saying this, maybe we just can't get over the hump. Does anyone?
But you
ever
can't
thought
just
about
settle
that?
for that, though.
And I don't want
gotta-
to.
But
No.
you gotta look at a reason
And I
why
mean,
though. You know,
yeah,
like Dorian said,
nobody wants to just
there's
settle
no
for that. But
hole.
like, yo,
The O line is good. You have the best QB in football. You have a good defense. You've got the best running back in football, right? Like there is just.
I'm just saying, like, look,
Second best.
I'm just saying, like, and this is probably a terrible. You know, I don't even want to use that analogy. No.
He was-
He said it.
But
But
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I mean, but we get it. You know, like we're split on the whole Harbaugh thing, and we got our real quick reactions to week 1. I do want to move on to another big topic that's been like really big on the internet right now. Like Young Thug got out of jail, and then like all his like phone calls got leaked, and then he did like a little tell-all podcast. But first, I want to talk about like the phone calls. Like out of the ones that y'all heard, which one of y'all think was the craziest? I think I want to start with the Drake one, right? Like we found out why Drake and Metro were beefing
I think
Yeah, over his song.
That probably is the.
because
That might be the
Drake
craziest. But
wanted a beat from Metro. For anybody that doesn't know, Metro's mom just died, and Drake wanted a beat for his Honestly Nevermind album.
yeah,
And Metro was like, I'm not really in the right headspace. My mom just died, which is understandable.
yeah.
Then Drake waits about 2-3 weeks and asks him for the song again, right? So that's a bad look. You know, I think that's crazy. What do y'all think?
I don't know. It's crazy initially. I don't think it's crazy to follow up in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I'm not gonna lie. I don't.
Is it
I
not
might have followed
insensitive?
up in 3
I might have.
weeks.
Is it not
I don't know,
insensitive?
man.
I'm sorry.
In 3
As
weeks.
fucked up as this might sound right now, yo, something that my grandfather told me, and this was before he passed away. Actually, he said life is gonna go on. He said, and people are gonna come and go, and people are gonna die, but you got to still continue to move on. You don't ever want to stop and be stagnant. So you can take that for what it is. It may sound harsh in the beginning, but that just means like, look, literally, yo. And again, all I don't, no disrespect to Metro, or whatever. Yeah, your mom's died, whatever, but in a month or two, you still gotta make money to, pay bills, make sure your life is good. You got a family still take care of.
I mean, I get
In
that.
that aspect, you know
He
what I mean?
could have made the album without that song. You know what I mean? Because
No,
it's
but-
not
I
like
mean, yeah,
And
but-
that's why I say in the moment, yeah, I get it. Nah, bro, I can't do it right now. My mom's just passed.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I get it. But you shouldn't be offended by a follow-up.
don't be like, if we're being for real, like if the entire quote unquote beef that we just watched played out in
Yeah.
these last couple of years,
So-
it stems from what we just heard about on the phone call. And I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of crazy.
I understand what y'all saying. 3 weeks. They acted like Drake should never talk to him again. I get it.
Now,
like,
to be real with you, I thought you was about to say 2-3 days when you were saying it. Just
Nah,
now.
nah.
Then I'd have been like, damn.
Yeah, no.
just-
That's wild. 3 weeks?
That's damn
Come
near a
on.
month.
I get it because I get it, but like it's just I want to know how he like approached it, like
Yeah.
at like the second time. You know what I mean? Like was it insensitive or was it like that's kind of what I wanted to see.
I mean, was there? I don't remember too many. I don't know too many off the top of the head songs that Metro did for Drake. Obviously, I probably know them if they have them, but I don't be always looking into who produced what. But if I don't even know if they had a relationship close enough for him to be like, yo, my mom, da da da. He probably could have. He probably was like, just not right now. You know what I
The only
mean?
thing I can remember is
That's
I know
the only
he
way
was
you
on
could
What a
beef
Time to
over
Be
that.
Alive, like, but outside of that, I can't think of anything.
Sicko mode. But I mean,
That was Metro.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Metro produced that.
But,
I don't
but yeah, that's my
Almost
point.
pretty
Is
sure.
just you can't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
What other calls have y'all like heard from like?
I mean the
think-
joint.
Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say the joint talking about Gunna, like when he was talking about Gunna.
When talking to 21 Savage? Or was it a different one? Because
What
that's the one I was actually about.
Go ahead.
So the one that I found was crazy when he was on the phone with 21 Savage and he was pretty much explaining to him the whole situation, and like this was like kind of right in the beginning part when Gunna had just kind of got out, because 21 was saying how like Gunna had been reaching out to niggas and trying to talk to niggas. Gunna actually called 21 and 21 told him like, look, until Thug say what's up, I can't fuck with you. Pretty much just left it at that for real. It's like, I don't got no ill will. I ain't gonna, unfollow you. I ain't gonna speak bad on you. But until Thug, until I get word from Thug, I can't fuck with you. And that sounds like what a lot of niggas was really like telling Gunna. Because apparently Gunna was reaching out to niggas when he got out. Like everybody thinks Gunna just kind of like came out, went into hiding, whatever. Nah, from what these calls and from what it was said, Gunna actually was making calls to niggas and like trying to like get shit going and letting people know like he still still love Thug, still fuck with Thug. Like it ain't no like hate. He didn't do it. And he said he triple, like he said, matter of fact, in the Big Bang thing, Big Bang said when he was on the phone with Gunna, he said Gunna told him he triple asked, like, is this gonna fuck up Thug? Like, is this if I do this, is this gonna hurt him? And they told his ass no, like this is not gonna do nothing.
And that's what I was kind of going to lean on, was like, it was kind of evident that Thug stopped fucking with Gunna before we stopped fucking with Gunna. And when I say we, I mean
I didn't stop. No.
When I say we, I'm talking about society. I'm not talking about us as individuals, right? But I'm saying like it was so clear that it was so easy for him to just be like, I'm good off Gunna, that like y'all supposed to have been best mans. And like in my opinion, you kind of had some reservations about him when he was your mans.
See, that's the thing. There was a call that apparently there was something that had happened back in the day where he was supposed to have cut him off,
but he was like,
which was so crazy because, and I ain't gonna lie, really, I just want to speak in the whole totality. I don't want to pinpoint what call. Like, it's just really an overall thing. I want to speak on the calls, like. Cause he spoke about like there's a moment that happened back then that only him and Cash XO knew about. He was pretty much saying like, he didn't even say what it was, but it was one of the things where he was like, if you talking to somebody and they didn't do nothing, they didn't do what you're trying to tell them to do, they gonna sit there and say to you like, oh damn, I didn't know that. But instead he said Gunna was denying whatever the case, whatever it was. He was saying, nah, I ain't do that. Nah. Like pretty much portraying like you wouldn't just like, if you really didn't know that you was doing something to me to hurt me, you would sit there and be like, oh shit, my bad. Like you would say you didn't know, but you also own up to it. So it was a moment like that, and he was saying that he pretty much learned how to love him again. And this was way back, apparently like way before even the jail thing or whatever, when they got arrested. So this was way back in the prime of YSL or whatever. So I don't know. I just find it crazy how it's like, I don't know, yo. And as far as like overall, and I was telling DeAndre this, yo, I'm sorry, but like if we just being for real, yo, Thug just hurt.
Yeah,
hurt and disappointed.
And that's what I feel about it.
Like he just hurt and disappointed.
Like if you really said that, because like I know none of you watched the whole thing with the Big Bang interview.
No,
but I did, and like
I'm going to
sitting in listening to Thug just put everything on the table, and like Big Bang just really sat there and said him like told him like, yo, like all I'm hearing is like you don't hate these niggas, you're not mad, like you're not mad at them, you just hurt like. The niggas you've been rolling with for the last 10 years, 10 years, like he said he still got love for Gunna, but he can't forgive him, can't fuck with him no more. But like it hurt because he had Gunna everywhere since back when he blew up.
So we talking about Thug here, and don't get me wrong, I'm a Thug fan. No, none of this, no beef stops me from being fans of people. Right? If Thug going tour, I'm going. But yo, you a street nigga, right? And you want to preach on being hurt. He broke street code. You out here pillow talking to people on the phone. That's whole shit, bro. Like you can't if you gonna abide by street rules and you gonna dictate how you feel about people by you know how you operate in the streets, which is similar to Gunna, right? He say, oh, that don't go down, you know, how I operate out here, so I can't fuck with you like that, right? But then you can't also be on the phone pillow talking about the whole industry, bro. Like that's in my opinion, that's backwards, right? Yeah. If you gonna hold on to some G shit and be some G shit, when G shit happen to you, you gotta stand on that too.
Well, you see what he's. Oh my bad.
I'm just saying. Y'all talking about, oh, he was hurt. Nobody give a fuck he hurt, bro. You talking shit about everybody that you around, and then when that shit pop out, you want to give apologies and go on a podcast and shit.
I don't think it was more. It wasn't more so apology though.
Huh?
I don't. Thug really wasn't apologizing to nobody.
I'm talking about Glorilla.
Yeah, I get that.
Glorilla, but
because he was trying to keep home happy.
But I'm saying you can't renege on stuff that you never thought was going to be leaked, bro. Like you can't come from a hurt angle. Right, in my opinion, though, you got to stand on shit that you said.
The stuff that he said about like
that's the thing, though.
Baby
all
and all
things that he went on.
He said he talked to him about it,
bro. He literally
like,
said
all of them. He said he talked.
No one ever thought about that. Like as this was all going on, all the niggas he talking shit about ain't nobody saying shit because everybody already knew how he felt. Thug is one of them niggas that he had these conversations with everybody already. Everybody already knew all the shit that came out. Like that's another thing that I find crazy. Mm-hmm. When the very first jail call got leaked, it was between him and Mariah way back when he first got arrested.
He was still
when that happened, the niggas put a shutdown to that shit and they said, nah, y'all not gonna put no more calls out. They've had all these calls that are being leaked now since then. Where's the call with him and with him and Lil Baby? Where's the call with him and Future? Where's the call with him and Drake? They only putting out the calls where they talk shit about to try to have this narrative.
Did they say who leaked them?
No, nobody does. And that's what they talked about on the interview with Big Bang. He asked him, he was like, who doing this? Like, why they doing it? And he was like, he told him, he was like, honestly, I don't even know like who's doing it, what they like. But honestly, he was like, no matter how I would have came out, and how I would have ended up moving, this would have happened regardless. And he's right. He could have came out, sit there, and said, "Oh, renounced everything, said, oh, we cool, whatever, we not cool, whatever the case may be." This was gonna happen regardless because the people are trying to sit there and paint the narrative and the picture about who he is, or like try to completely tear him down.
Let me ask real quick. I mean, excuse my ignorance, but like, this is not normal though, right? Like for jail calls like this to be leaked, this isn't a normal thing, or like
No.
Well,
No, you're not.
No.
Legal. I mean, you talking about just
And
for a
what's so-
regular nigga in
Like
jail?
just in general.
I mean just for like artists like this, you know what I mean? Like
no.
No, I mean, well, no.
Not to this, no, not to this level. No, hell no. Because literally, you've had niggas that are in the industry, like even old niggas that's like back in the day, they're supposed to be abiding by this street shit from the very day
That's what I'm
one.
saying.
They are literally saying that shit. Let my calls be leaked out. Even my own mother would have hate me. So it's like,
Right,
no,
right.
this shit don't. So
But
like and this is why he was saying, bro, like until you a nigga that's in that predicament and in that situation, literally. Like he said, he said, I was a nigga that never pillow talked a day in my fucking life.
yeah, I saw that.
Until this shit started happening. And he said, after all this shit started coming out and these calls came out, he been realizing like, damn, this is the fuck I was doing. This is how I was moving. And he was like, I didn't realize that shit because I was in the shit that I never had dealt with before. And let's just be for real. Like the whole Gunna and everything, like these is niggas that you literally, he was with Gunna since 2015, bro. He literally said that was his best fucking friend. What Gunna did, and like, let's be for real, like Gunna music is the music. I'm not even gonna talk like the music. Like you say, like if niggas, whatever outside a personal thing don't affect the music, and that's how I've always been too. That's why I've been able to listen to the niggas I listen to. So it's like, but bro, I've been with you since 2015. When you got up there and you said that YSL is a gang and that there are guys in the gang, and I know people in the gang that are doing crime to benefit the gang. That completely fucked Thug and was putting him over because guess what? Thug is supposed to be the leader of this game. It's a fucking RICO case.
Yeah.
Anything like now, it's like no, Gunna wasn't trying to be malicious when doing that, but it was like niggas was blatantly conceded that was fucking him over in that time that it happened. Niggas didn't want to believe it. It was all like, oh, we're gonna take Gunna's side, we're gonna take Thug's side. We still like, bro, but no, when he did that shit fucked him over.
Well, that's why I'm just more so, I'm not being apologetic for him because the way he carried it is something that he would criticize another nigga for doing. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he can't feel how he felt about all those different people or about the predicament he was in or about what niggas did to him when it was going through that case and YSL and all that. I'm just saying the way he carried it and talking about all these people over the phone and shit like that, I just know that if another nigga was on the jail phone and they was talking about Thug, he'd have been like, that ain't no G shit.
I don't think that's the case, considering he literally said, he also said this is how he was talk. He would talk, these are regular conversations. It ain't like he was doing no, like he said he would have these talks like this. He was talking as if it was just regular conversation. He was just literally just venting to niggas. Like, and I'm sorry, but like at the end of the day, yo, as much as motherfucker, like real niggas, real street niggas, bro, we are all humans. We have feelings and we have emotions at the end of the day.
agree.
Niggas is in that predicament and you think you're like it's that I guarantee you a nigga just woke up and was like, my life is about to be over. He literally said, he was like, I literally felt like I was bigger than jail. And it's like, eventually that shit just completely, he realized, he was like, I'm really in this shit. Nigga said, I'm happy every day. Nigga said, I was happy every day going to court, happy. Like, niggas was seeing me happy, smiling when niggas was putting the photos and videos of how me out in the courtroom. But it's because he was just a happy person. That said, that's how God made him, all this and that. He's like, but it's like, eventually that shit just kind of hit him. It was like, damn, I'm really in this shit. Like, I'm not going nowhere.
Ain't sweet.
Yeah, like, yo, so I just, and it's like, I get where you coming from, bro. I do, because it's like, now, let's say you had this, none
That's
of
what I'm
this
saying. I'm
happened.
not knocking the emotions.
Like,
Just
not-
the way.
Like let's say like now had none of this happened, I'm sure he would probably be trying to make sure they make niggas stand on this shit. Like you saying, absolutely. But it's just like, I don't know. I'm just sorry. I'm like, that's why I feel like it's always crazy because like if we being the last thing that I take away from it, the rap game and real niggas and street niggas in the streets, it's just like, yeah, they intertwine, but it's just not the same. Niggas don't abide by the same code. Niggas don't abide by the same rules. So like when they come to like the niggas that kept coming out to him about songs and songs, he literally was saying, he was like, you niggas keep coming to me about songs. I'm in here fighting for my fucking life. I don't give a fuck about your songs. Like that's what, and it's like, that's why it's just like, yo, like that shit was really just hitting different. And I'm just listening and it's like, you're right. Like it don't excuse it, but it's just like, damn. Once a nigga really sat there and got into the mindset like, yo, I'm about to really be in here for life. What the fuck you give a fuck about? Like, what do you, and the reason you about to be in here for life, the niggas you was with since 2015? Come on now, man. That shit hit different, I feel like. That's where it's really like, yeah, fuck them niggas. What I don't give a fuck about?
Yeah, nah, I feel that. That's why I say I don't knock the emotions.
Like, that's why I'm just like, and you know, it's like, and again, the main thing about it is like, the rap game is not for these street niggas. and real niggas and street niggas. It's just not, because it's like this shit don't mix. Literally, how the rap game and the industry operates is completely opposite of how y'all move. So now, once y'all get into this rap game and the industry, y'all completely have to go against the code that y'all came up against. And then now it's just like y'all fighting yourselves every day. Like, so I don't know, it just, that's why I just like this whole, I put on my notes a couple times like, yo, this thug shit gets funnier and funnier every day. Cause it's just like, it exposes niggas that's supposed to be like street niggas and like the codes they go by. But then it's like, it's showing that like, oh, this is just really how the rap game is at the same time. Like,
crab in a barrel type shit.
yeah, it's just crazy.
Any last thoughts on Thug at all, or?
Nah. I will say,
hold on, you wrapped it up pretty good.
Yeah, no. He had
pretty comprehensive.
No, I will say though, this not even to add another topic, but I don't know if y'all seen. It's another thing as opposed to music. I don't know if y'all seen when Young Boy on his recent joint, he just Dirt.
He did.
Again.
So I saw that, but I didn't hear. What did he say? Because I seen the video post about it.
So he called him out. He called out OTF. And he was basically saying, like, all these niggas was talking all this shit about me when I was locked up and I was on house arrest and all that. But y'all knew I couldn't do nothing, y'all some pussy. Like, he just went on a little rant, and then he did like a little, I don't know, couple lines. I don't know how to describe a couple lines in the song.
Yeah.
But he did a little couple lines from F the Industry. Which I don't know if y'all heard that, but that was his diss on to pretty much everybody, and mainly OTF because of that, stuff. And you know, he basically was like, "Oh, they double downing on that Vaughn shit. Like, oh yeah, they killed you. You want to be coming at to me, but niggas killed your cousin, and you ain't step about it." So,
Yikes!
He basically called him out. He called him out on the stage.
Let's try to just make this quick. Like, how do niggas feel about shit? Like, cause like Vaughn dead, Dirk is facing a Fed case. What the fuck is the point of you doing that?
But that's what he was saying about Dirk. What's the point of you doing that
when he was in the
yeah?
All right, okay, so that's all right.
Two wrongs don't make a right. You know what I mean?
It don't, and that's why I'm like, I really thought this shit was done with. That's why I'm mad. That's why I was like,
he was like, you go low, I'm gonna go low.
I just wanted to be a little petty right now because he can't do shit.
He brought it back up towards the end of his most recent show on this tour. And he was basically saying, like, y'all was popping all that, OTF was popping all that shit when I was on house arrest, and I got that part, and now what's up? And he was like,
I thought this shit was done, yo.
Nah, OTF.
Because I've been bumping both of them. That's my
OTF and 4K trade, they ain't never squashing that.
Bro, speaking of Dirk, didn't Thug say that Dirk jumped the gun with like dissing Gunna or something like that?
No, they all did.
On that song with him and Drake?
No. They all
did.
did.
Just in general.
He was on the phone. No, it was. I know what you mean. No, it was a general. All of them. He said, Baby, Future, and Dirk all jumped the gun. And that's another thing. Thug literally said, yo, bro, this shit could be completely different had them three niggas not already came out and disowned Gunna.
Because he was like, how can I side with them if
all my niggas, if all my friends. Yeah. Niggas got also, and no, that was another thing I got, like, that's another thing. As much as I, like, they grew to be best friends, that wasn't a nigga that he came up with. Mm-hmm. Thug and Gunna got connected by a nigga that was Thug's OG, big homie. He put him in and say, this Gunna, he rap, woo, put him, you know what I'm saying, put him in position. Mm-hmm. And that's what he did. He literally, again, this lets you know how much of a real big homie Thug is and how much of a real nigga he is. He literally took care of this nigga Gunna because of his OG told him to, way back in the day.
No questions asked.
Yeah. No questions asked. No questions. Oh, now, I ain't gonna lie. Also, yo, the one, and I know we said we was off the gun, the Thug thing, but it's just like watching the interview for it. Just kind of like in the beginning part, I was telling DeAndre, it's like it just give you a good insight because like Thug, and as a fan, you should probably, Dorian probably understand. Thug never really gave you much to like who he was or what the fuck he was about, like coming up in the industries. It was just you just knew him as Young Thug, YSL. Music wise, like that was it. You didn't really know too much, so it was like
I was there in the Rich Gang.
Unless you like was like a super fan and was really like deep diving and finding shit. Like I didn't know about the whole like situation with him and his brother. His little brother burnt the house down when they was back in the kids. The nigga, the guy Umfunk, the one that was on the case and on the trial, Umfunk. That's his actual blood brother. So and there was also a time where he said he had to clear up some shit. He was on the phone with 21 Savage and he told 21 that he didn't tell Umfunk to take the plea. When in reality he did tell Umfunk to take the plea and he told him that on the show. Told Big Bang, he was like, "Why would I be on a phone call?" And he said he had to tell Future and Baby the same thing. No, I didn't tell him. But he was like, "We all in this case together." And he said, if they gonna come up and they be like, how did you, if I said that and told him on the phone, like, oh yeah, I did tell Umfunk take that plea, they're gonna be in a courtroom and they're gonna be like, well, when was you talking to your brother? Like, when was y'all having a communication? You know what I mean? So he had to sit there and clear that up because he tweeted and he told him like, yeah, I told Umfunk to take the deal, but the nigga in jail so right now, it's facing life, so that's fucked up. But
yikes.
Yeah, but yeah, no, like them niggas, it just. This thing, it just get funnier and funnier every day, yo. This shit is crazy.
So what's the terms of his like release. It's like he can't rap about certain things. He can't.
Yo, I don't even know if that's the case anymore. Considering after that last song,
That's why I asked that.
Bro.
Well, he still can't go to Atlanta.
He can't go to Atlanta. I know that's like the main thing. I think like he just can't.
He only could go.
They just don't want him there.
The only way he
at
can
all.
go, I think, the only way he can go to Atlanta is if he's doing something for charity for kids or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like some stipulation like that. Like
Was it like kids?
it had to be like a
birthdays or
free
something?
concert or a back
okay.
to school thing or something like that.
It's pretty much has to be like he got to be doing like like
He can't make no money from anything he do that.
that's what that type of thing.
Wow. Well, I mean, any last thoughts before we wrap up about anything? You know,
I mean, I got the Bears tonight.
I need JJ to ball out. I ain't gonna lie. I need JJ to go crazy.
I think the
McCarthy.
Bears are gonna win too.
I got the Bears.
I need McCarthy to go crazy.
They're gonna surprise everybody, man.
McCarthy might surprise everybody.
I guess I'm
Taylor Willis,
gonna
man,
go.
I'm telling you.
Like,
Hey, but you know
I don't
that.
like the Bears.
Yeah, I mean that. I think that does it for another episode of the Fourth Down Podcast. Back at it with the usual guys, and remember, if you don't run that slant, you run it back to the ghetto. Thanks for being my friends, guys. That does it for another episode.